Number 3. This game ends up going the distance here simply because... Welcome to Coda LE, spawning in the top left position as the Red Terran player. He represents Team Liquid.net. He's supporting TLO in his WCS group at the moment. You know what? That's working well. But is he going to be able to take the lead here as well? It's Liquid Bunny. His opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand position, representing Team mYinsanity. Doing an excellent job of fending off Bunny in game number 2. A very long, drawn-out macro game, excellently played in the end game, and choking Bunny out of the map. Will he be able to keep his momentum going? Does he have the stamina to do it 4 more times? It's Serral. Alright, well, a lot to play for here. I mean, in the big scheme of things, map number 3 in a best of 9 isn't exactly super pivotal, but it would be a really nice edge for Serral to be able to get one map ahead and feel like he's psychologically got a little bit of buffer room to play with. Bunny, of course, has been in this situation many, many times before, because he's just been on the hot seat so much. So it would be, like, I genuinely think it would be marginally nicer for Serral than for Bunny here. But, you know, these are tiny, tiny differences. It just makes you relax a little bit more, and therefore you're able to squeeze out your best StarCraft, which I always like in any situation. Right, so Bunny, after losing game number 2, reverting to tried and tested here in game 3. We have got the Reaper with the rabbit ears moving out here in game 3. So it's just going to be the Barracks Gas Reaper. Nice and standard. Will this Overlord actually spot that it in fact is going to be a Reaper that pops out here? Let's keep an eye on that. Is the Overlord interested in seeing what the Barracks is making? Oh, he kind of is. He kind of is. I mean, he hasn't seen the gas yet, so he's sort of waiting. Alright. I mean, he's just going to be preparing for a Reaper anyway, of course. Oh, and, well, it does actually end up going this way. I thought he might go around because I thought Bunny might have seen the Overlord. But clearly what happened here, guys, is that Serral saw the Barracks. The Barracks didn't see the Overlord, so Serral parked it here. I thought the Barracks had seen the Overlord, you see. But that is not the case, and that's actually a really clever little bit of positioning from Serral to spot that Ein Reaper is going to be incoming now. And he's going to be able to hover around there and spot to see how many Reapers are going to be popping out as well. A good amount of micros here inside the main base. We'll see the second Reaper pop. Just about. And we have a lot of running around here inside the main base right now. Number of workers killed still at 0. Really, really good bit of micro. Oh, this drone 1 hit away from death. But unfortunately, this Reaper also has to move out. Where's the Queen? Where's the Queen? There's the Queen. Inject and hunt for the Reaper. It's all about hunting for the Reaper right now. And we have another Queen in the natural expansion as well. So the Reaper's going to be able to come in for round number 2 here. He's moving in from the bottom. And that's actually a second one moving in as well. And that actually kills off a worker. So really, really good job. That drone just about manages to become an extractor there. And one of the Reapers actually very, very low and manages to pick it off as well. Really nice hit by the Zergling. Resetting the timer, of course, for the Reaper being able to heal up out of combat. Needs to be out of combat for a certain number of seconds for that heal to kick in, and that Zergling resetting it, allowing the Queen to get that last hit in and killing it off. Really, really nice, and therefore there's only 1 Reaper left, but a third one, well, I guess now up to 2, is joining the fray now, and unfortunately there are so many Queens here. That Reaper goes up immediately in smoke, and we have another one in the main base as well. Bunny is not going to be able to get any traction whatsoever here, boys and girls, and all of a sudden, for 1 worker killed, ladies and gents, 3 Reapers became 1. Not a good situation at all. Really, really nice play from Serral to start this game off. He has been very, very strong. What's Bunny going to do off the back of this? Well, he is going greedy as heck, because why not? Recognizes that his opening didn't quite get him the results he really wanted, so let's go ahead and grab that third command center and see what Serral does in response. Let's force our opponent to be a little bit aggressive to take advantage of this. Will he be able to capitalize? Now, that's not going to be clear at the moment. We've got a Hellion production started. There is admittedly still just the 1 Reaper here, but any sort of DPS will help at this point. And he's just going to try and defend this choke point, potentially grabbing a couple more buildings to fence this off. Bunny kind of waiting for a couple lings to sort of slow poke in through, but Serral behind this, he's saying, no, I'm happy to be greedy as well, and he's just going to comfortably take his third base. The layer going down in his natural expansion now as well. He's seen everything inside the main base as well. He spotted these buildings being built, and he knows that they're barracks rather than factories, so he knows he's playing against bio. It looks like this Overlord's going to get away too. Really, really nicely played there, actually. And Serral's going to be able to squeeze his way through the base after spotting everything. Very, very nice. And we have a secondary poke and prod coming out of here from Bunny, but realistically, this is not going to be able to do much against the Queens here. Ideally, you want like sort of 6 Hellions and sort of 3 to 4 Reapers with this at the moment, but after those initial early losses, and going for that command center as well, it could be a bit difficult. The Reaper coming in for a bit of round 2, saying, hey guys, did you miss me? Unfortunately, the answers are resounding no. Oh wow, what an excellent play there, and these Zerglings are actually going to be able to kill it off. So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. That's all she wrote. And unfortunately, these Hellions, all they're going to be consigned to doing right now is checking out the watchtower. I guess that's better than nothing, but you know, very, very tricky situation. So none of Liquid Bunny's early game shenanigans has worked. Serral, meanwhile, is continuing his creep spread as much as possible. Note he hasn't got any on the left-hand side, though, from this third base, and he really doesn't want Bunny constantly cancelling the third, so he wants to be able to spread his creep in this direction as quickly as he possibly can. He's got good vision of what's going on inside the bases. Yep, there we go. I'm surprised he doesn't just go and kill off that Overlord. Okay, he is going to do that. And that Overlord will go down, no question about it. How many Marines does it take to kill an Overlord? Well, that many. There's your answer, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone ever asks you that joke, it's not funny, because the answer is 10. We're ignoring those guys on the left. They did nothing. They slacked. Bunker popping down immediately as the third base lands. Very nice. We did see, of course, some pretty aggressive Zergling run-bys by Serral, especially in game number 1, even though we lost it. So Bunny is quite aware of that right now. We're moving out into the watchtower and going, hang on a second, why is all this creep here? This is frustrating. Managing to clear out quite a lot of tumors, actually, including every active one in scan range. Very, very nice. Ooh, won't be able to get that one, but that's probably okay. He's lifting up a double drop and moving inside the main base as well. And, oh, Serral hasn't seen it. Oh, this is disastrous, and here we go. He's moving into the main base. Never mind. Has he seen it? Heck, he was just waiting for the Banelings to morph in, and oh, doesn't actually get the pickups in time as well. And oh, a good number of Banelings connect with those Marines, and there are only 2 left in the medevacs. Tom and Harry are going to live to tell the tale there. But again, another example of Serral sitting back, playing defensively, and saying, I'm just going to stop all your harassment and keep macroing up. What are you going to do about it? We're at the 11-minute mark now. The creep spread is starting to come back. Oh man, and a scan for a single creep shrimmer is not what he wanted as well. Bunny is just being rather inefficient right now. Not because he wants to be, but because Serral's kind of forcing him to be. And Tom and Harry are having a really rough time getting back home. They really just want to stop being dropped in front of an acre of Zerglings and just be allowed to go home for some R&R. I think they've deserved it after that tour of duty, don't you? Oh, and it looks like they're going to be joined by their friends now. So it's going to be a good old party. We've got a couple of Widow Mines joining the fray as well. And he's probably going to try and take over the middle of the map and this watchtower, which could end up being crucial. But the first Mutt-Mutts are out on the field, managing to pick off an SCV or 2, stopping that one barracks from being complete, which is quite nice. There aren't too many Marines here at the moment. Number of workers killed just the 2 right now, but Bunny knows that the Mutalisks now pose a constant threat. He cannot move out with the entirety of his army unless he's willing to at least slightly expose himself back at home. He has to be a little bit careful, maybe invest a couple of Widow Mines in strategic positions and leave a couple of bands of Marines here to just sort of counteract that threat that the Mutalisks happen to be posing. Doing a great job as well, I have to say, of killing off those Widow Mines in the middle of the map and leaving a Changeling to spot that as well. Oh man, Serral's so good. Fine, he loses that Overlord, but he knows exactly where the army is. He was considering whether or not he wanted to go after it, and he's actually decided against it. But he might have been able to do just that with these units out in the middle here. That's how strong his position is right now with that creep spread. I hope he doesn't stop it, though, because he did really well up until the 11-minute mark. And I know Bunny managed to scan and pick off a couple of tumors, but Serral needs to pick this back up. I still want to see him over here on this left-hand side. I am not comfortable with this third base right now, but admittedly, it hasn't been a target for Bunny just yet. We'll see if he figures that out later on in the game, though. He's moving into the watchtower right now. A scan reveals that... Hey, hang on a second. Why am I not holding the watchtower anymore? I've got a Marine there. I wonder if he's noticed that. But it looks like the changeling will just be very quiet. Nope, there we go. It finally gets picked off. Be very, very quiet. Hasn't quite worked there. He's unburrowing the Widow Mines. Just 4 Widow Mines. No Marines in support here. Going for a drop on the left-hand side. I don't know how effective this is going to be, guys, but we will find out very shortly. Now we have a couple of creep tumors coming in, and I think that medevac was spotted as well. Oh, never mind. He is oh, nice Widow Mine, and he's actually seen those Marines in a big sort of way. And the drop. Oh, very, very nice. He's actually going in advance to this 4th base, and he's sending 3 into the 3rd. Oopsie daisy. It was a great idea, but just a little bit too slow as Serral gets in with the Mutalisk, and he's able to pick it off with one fell swoop. So that's a pretty nice victory there, but this little guy over here might end up having the last laugh. Clearing a bit of creep out into the middle of the map. Bunny now on 182 supply. Serral currently maxed out. The army supplies are basically even, 110 to 115. Bunny does have an upgrade advantage right now. It's 1-1 versus 2-2. And the 2-2 upgrades actually for Serral are going to take about 20 in-game seconds to complete. But he's actually going for it anyway. Lots of banelings coming in from the back. And is this flank from all sides just too much? It looks like the numbers are going to be overwhelming here. And that means Serral can regroup and potentially attack again when his 2-2 completes. 3-3 has started for our Terran player, but they're not going to be in for about 3 in-game minutes. So Serral might even have a nice window here for a counter-attack with his 2-2, and he's just made 30 lings, so that could very well be possible. Will he be able to take out a 3rd base? If he does, he goes 2-1 up in the series. It's going to be so difficult for Bunny to hold on with basically 2 base versus 4. 2-2 is now complete. The watchtower belongs to Bunny. Serral biding his time at the moment, just swarming those units up. I mean, that's a ridiculously large amount of Zerg right now. I'm sure everyone would agree. And Bunny coming in for another attack. Okay, so Serral's going to wait for Bunny, because Bunny has shown he is willing to be the aggressor here. Moving forward with a couple of Marauders to start off with. That's a lot of banelings. That has to be an intimidating sight. These guys are crazy. They're still walking in. Unbelievable. A couple of Zerglings to take out the Marauders to begin with. Fine. We don't really care too much about that. Still waiting for the Mutas. The Banelings being held in reserve. I think we should just send in the Lings and Mutas, to be honest, and wait until later for the Banelings. He's trying to bait them into these 4 Widow Mines, by the way. That's pretty much key right now. Here come the first batch of Banelings. Oh, wow. That's an awful lot of Mutalisks. Are we going to see... No! The Banelings actually took out all but... Is it all but 1? Yeah, all but 1 of the Widow Mines, and the Overlord actually got hit by this one as well. That opens Bunny up to a massive flank right now. Serral can actually just walk in. There aren't any more active Widow Mines, except for that one by the Watchtower that isn't even borrowed. So Serral... He might have an opportunity here. He has to be a little bit careful. He is actually a bit gas-starved at the moment. But Bunny right now, if he loses this army, he could be in a really precarious position. Here come the Banelings moving straight through to the Marines at the back. Excellent flank there, down the ramp at the back, killing off a lot of those Marines, and the Mutalists are just going to move in and clean up. It's going to be enough. GG! And mYinsanity Serral, ladies and gentlemen, will win Game 3 and move 2-1 up against the hot seat incumbent, Liquid Bunny, in the best of 9.